There you go.
Let's go, boys.
Simple as pie, baby. Balls. Well, he didn't need to do it. Let's try. Here, both of you sit down real quick.
Well, I was talking to Jacob about this. Like when I sit down, my head blocks the sun, so that's where I think that's where the exposure comes from.
No, I think it's just fucked. Well, I think it's also that, but I think it's just fucked. Let me try. We'd also do tiny slap on that couch. Just so we can access our stuff easier. Scoot. Scoot. I think we're all set, right? Balls. I mean,
I think we're all set, right?
Say balls real quick into it.
Balls.
That was a bad one. Do real balls.
Booze.
Balls.
Balls.
Balls. Oh, it's a throwback to ASMR.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. Can we get this to not be fucked at all?
No, we're in heaven right now.
Yeah, it does look pretty fucking horrible, but this is like really bad.
It really does look like we're in heaven.
That's fine. Well, we've been good boys.
We are godly, so
I haven't been good my whole life.
Just like all it's a Christian concert.
Well, our podcast turns into a Christian concert. I mean, that wouldn't happen for me, but maybe you.
Oh.
Want some more?
I'm good, bro. I got my drink.
Okay, well, grab it.
I thought we were doing our shots first.
Oh, you're right. Well, let's do a throwback intro is what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
So I think, yeah, you gotta count me in. And then I think I remember how it went. We were super awkward our first time.
Okay.
You wanna count me in?
5, 4, 3.
Welcome to What We Missed. I'm Danny.
I'm Garen.
Jacob.
Nice. And this is episode, I think it's 50.
Yeah.
And this is our 1 year episode. You might be seeing a video of this because we're going to start uploading videos again. Holy shit, it's been like forever since we did that.
Again. I don't think we ever uploaded the first one.
We did upload a couple, but then I don't know. It might be, well, it's probably going to be on the same YouTube. I don't know, actually. We do have a new email. We have a new TikTok, a new Instagram, a new Twitter, because now we all have access to that email.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty exciting. There's a lot of new shit for this new year. Don't fucking eyebrows at me. And let's roll the episode, baby. That's a combination of the old and the new, if you couldn't tell. So what you guys been up to this week? Anything fun?
I don't know. Like, well, I came here from Cincinnati.
Yeah. What was it, 4 hours?
Oh, God.
It was like 3.5 to 4 hours.
Yikes.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
That's a long drive. I've done 3 straight down to my mom's and Ted's.
Yeah.
But
Well, so I have a vacation coming up in like a week or two.
okay.
We're going down to, I think, Tennessee. Like we're on Nashville. Honestly, I don't even know.
Is it like the whole family going?
No, it's like me and my friends.
Oh, okay, cool. Well,
But
that's exciting.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm excited to go down. I don't even know what we're gonna do there. Like
Probably look around Nashville, right?
probably, I don't know. They were talking about wanting to party a ton and like
Well, that's
do all
also.
that stuff. But yeah.
I mean, that can be fun, I guess. I don't know. Partying in like a new place sounds kind of scary to me. Like in a place that none of you guys have been, you know?
They've been there,
Oh,
but maybe not this exact place that we got, but they've been to Tennessee a few times.
well, and on the topic of getting sauced, we should do our shots.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We are drinking this episode. So we're all 3 in person. We're going to drink. We're going to go to get dinner after, and then we're going to get sauced. Here you go.
Oh,
Jacob is doing a shot of rum, and we are doing, what is it? Peanut butter whiskey, but what brand, you know?
Bird dog, peanut butter whiskey.
Cheers.
I said whiskey, bro.
Whiskey?
Whiskey.
Cringe as fuck. All right. Cheers. Ooh, that's actually really fucking good.
You just spilled it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I
I
didn't.
saw it on the camera. Yes, you did.
No, bro. No, I didn't. Damn.
Why's your pants wet?
Woo!
The Calico Cut pants. You guys ever heard of that? I mean, that makes me feel warm.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ever heard of Calico Cut pants? It's a cut of pants that make it so that it looks like you pissed yourself. Just that you do piss yourself. It's actually just a bit from some fucking show.
Okay.
I'm still feeling that.
Yeah, you'll feel that one for a minute, bud.
Damn, I haven't done a shot of whiskey since we were at.
Oh yeah.
We said give us a shot of something. And
Yeah,
they put out 3 whiskeys, and we're like, fuck. Damn,
I thought it was bourbon.
you're right. Oh, what's the
Well,
difference?
bourbon is whiskey, but
Oh, so
bourbon is
is it like a square triangle thing? Where like bourbon is a type of whiskey, but not whiskey can be bourbon?
I think so.
Okay.
Is it a square triangle? You mean square the rectangle?
Shit. I'm already fucked up.
Okay.
I did mean square.
That's okay. I said whiskey. You said square triangle.
Now you get to fuck up.
It's
Say
all
something
good.
stupid.
Oh,
Nice.
I forgot to mention. I don't have to wear a thong.
That's
That
not
was
true.
the stipulation.
It's until Cinco de Mayo. Because it was episode 9.
Okay. Well, I don't think we're gonna. I don't
Well-
think I'm gonna have to, bro.
I think it was 15K. And there's no fucking way.
Likes? Is that
Yeah,
what it was?
15K likes on the
that one?
YouTube video. That's never happening.
Did we even post that video?
We did.
Oh.
But it has like 5 likes. Because A, we're still super small, and B, no one fucking goes to the YouTube.
That's fair.
But there is still a chance. If some rally happens on Twitter or something, there's a chance you can wear it on by Cinco de Mayo 2023.
I mean, apparently Joe Rogan was saying that like now is the time to do podcasts and stuff.
Oh,
But like obviously since there's so many
yeah.
that it's hard to gain traction,
Mhm.
which it'd be hard to gain traction anyway.
Yeah.
But just because there's like fucking thousands and thousands of them,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
The market's super saturated.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. I mean, we know firsthand. Like it's been a literal year and we're still tiny.
Well, yeah.
But like it's fun though. You know, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
Yeah.
this is our last episode, everyone.
No, that's a lie.
Nice knowing you. Our last episode.
I actually just saw a video today of Joe Rogan arguing, quote unquote, there's like top 10 arguments on Joe
I was
Rogan.
watching that earlier. Yeah.
The same one.
Part of it. Right?
It kind of sucked. Like the video kind of just sucked. Like the middle like 4 were all just like one back and forth. It was like him, like the person saying something about global warming and him going, well, actually, blah, blah, blah. And it would just be one of those. I was like, then what's the point of even having it? It just kind of sucked. But that was one of my first times ever really seeing Joe Rogan at all.
Yeah.
But why was now the time? Did he say?
I don't know. I guess like maybe just podcasts are becoming more popular. Like
That's true.
this is all just like stuff that one of the guys, actually that guy I told you about that I mentioned our podcast to, he said he'd give it a listen because he was
Right.
talking to me about listening to podcasts and stuff. And so that's how I brought it up. But yeah, he was just talking about that and saying how I guess Joe Rogan was saying how it's like
That was
good.
time.
Yeah, it's like a good time to start, but at the same time, like we were just saying, the market is just so saturated.
Yeah.
Like you'll search up one topic and like fucking 10,000 podcasts about it will pop up. So it's like,
Yeah, that's true. It's also like if you try to like look up us, I think you have to, at least before it was like you have to look up like what we missed and then also my name because it's under my name.
oh yeah,
So I think you have to go through like 2 layers of, the stuff. But I don't know. I haven't looked at us in a long time. And we're still not at the point where we have like a rating because not enough people have rated us, whatever.
Mhm.
So it's like still just, it says like what I rated it still, which is obviously 5 stars. We're fucking fantastic.
yeah. On Spotify, I don't know if it even gives us a rating. Like if
No, that's what I mean.
Rate
No, we can rate us.
on Spotify.
Yeah, because I did.
Oh,
Yeah, go give it 5
well, I
stars.
thought I did too. I thought it was on like the other website we posted it on or whatever.
The website, you can't post a rating. You can hear Phoebe downstairs. Yeah, Phoebe's meow. We had to lock the pets. Jamie's upstairs in my room. Phoebe's downstairs in the basement because that way she can just open the doors because none of them really shut all the way here. So the basement door shuts all the way. So she has the entire basement. Jamie has my room. And she's just meowing. That's why Jacob is giggling.
I've never heard a cat go off that much before.
I have. She did that the entire fucking drive home because she was in that little box, and so she couldn't really do anything. So she just meowed the entire 2.5 hours, the entire time. Ridiculous. And I get her here, and she's meowing the whole time. She's walking around looking at shit. Annoying as fuck. But
Bro, come on. Don't hate on Phoebe like that.
listen, until you drive 2.5 hours with her meowing constantly, and then the next week I had to drop her off with Maddie because I was doing Christmas shit and I didn't want to leave her here alone because she wouldn't have been fed. And the whole time down. Meow. So it was 2.5 hours to get her here. Then another 2.5 hours to take her back down to be babysat. And then another 2.5 hours. It was just constant. And she ripped that box up a little bit because she was so pissed. This sucks, man.
I couldn't imagine having a cat not in a box just roaming around the car.
I've seen people that have done that and it looks like so scary. Because what if it just like goes down by your feet while you're driving? What are you supposed to do? You know, you're just screwed. Yeah, but dogs are fine. And besides those like little ones that people let in their lap while they drive, bro, that scares the fuck out of me.
My
Don't even start with the little dogs.
my cousins did that.
What's that in their lap while they drove?
Yeah.
Fucking horrifying.
And yeah, I didn't.
I just hate little dogs. I can't stand them.
It depends. Like Chihuahuas, they
Was a
just
Chihuahua,
fucking
yeah.
yap all the time. Like yours would just yap at me.
Nah.
Yes.
Nah, don't hate on baby.
I'm not hating on baby. I'm just saying that baby yapped at me all the time.
She did, but like I don't know why baby would like start barking at me, and then I'd just be like, "Shut up, come here," and I'd pick her up,
Right.
and she'd be like,
Well, one of my
just sit
friends
there.
has a dog that's a tiny little wiener dog. Same exact thing. As soon as like when I come in the house, freaking the fuck out, and then if I just like sit there and like, hey, what's up? And it's just, oh hey, saying hi, and
Yeah. I don't know. Baby was such a good little Chihuahua though. I'd go and hold her. Oh my god, when she got old though, like I think we had to put her down when she was like 20 or 21.
fuck, dude.
Yeah, she was old as shit, but she got so skinny. Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, it is sad when they get like really old and they just like can't do a bunch.
My cousins had a dog and Max, whose tongue was too big for its mouth. So it would stick it out.
Nice.
But it sounds like a duck. He's like,
You ever seen the video of that dog that's laying there sleeping and they pull its tongue out?
No.
It's like, I think it might have been on medication because there's no way. It's like zonked out hard, sleeping like the best sleep of his life. And they go and they just grab his tongue and start pulling it out. It's like it goes way farther than they go. It's ridiculous. And then they just like flop it and it just sits there. It's like still zonked. So it had to be on medication. I don't hate little dogs though.
I do.
Like I think I've said this before. I think that all dogs are cute. Even like shitty looking ones, like raggedy looking ones. Like I can see some cuteness in there.
rusty dogs.
I mean, I guess, yeah, but I don't know. Just like most of the time, little dogs are just little devils. Like I told you. So I was in Cincinnati visiting my girlfriend and whatever. And so they were fostering this dog, and I don't even know what breed of dog it is, but it looked like a little wiener dog with long black hair.
Okay.
That
is either.
It was, I don't know, but so his name is Tupac. They're fostering him from the shelter, and he doesn't like guys, doesn't like men at all. And so I was sitting there, and my girlfriend, she was trying to like get me to pet the dog or like just introduce the dog to me. And I was just sitting there. I was like, I'm not going to approach that dog. That dog can come up to me because if it doesn't like guys, and they had already told me a story about how something like another dude that one of her roommates was talking to at the time or whatever had like tried to pet the dog, and it like snapped and started like barking at him and like I think almost like snapped at his hand or something. But I was like, okay, well, if that's how this dog's gonna be, I'm gonna just let him come up to me.
Right.
I'll let him sniff me and do whatever. And so that's what he did. Like he came up and like would sniff my leg, and I was just sitting there. And my girlfriend was like, she's like, kneel down. And I was like, are you trying to get me attacked by a dog?
Well, if you go down to the level and you like chill, then it's usually fine.
Well, and that's what I did. So I was just sitting there kneeling, and like he was more timid.
Like, well, yeah, because you probably because you moved.
It was
Instead of just
100% because I
staying.
moved. But so I knelt down and I was just sitting there, didn't make any sudden movements, and she was like, "Do you have like a shirt or something you could let him sniff or whatever?" I was like, "Well, maybe." Like I just washed all these, so they probably won't smell exactly like me or whatever.
Right.
And so I go to reach for my bag,
Oh no!
and
Freak the fuck out.
oh yeah, he started barking.
Go pull out the strap on him.
No, he didn't snap at me, but he did like start barking all of a sudden. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it startled me a little bit,
Of course, naturally.
because like I reached out for my bag and I was like all slow,
Yeah.
just trying to go. Like he was like, I was like, "Ah." But yeah, they're all of my girlfriend's roommates, my girlfriend, they were like, no, Tupac. They're like, Tupac, we like this one. We like this guy. He's okay.
He's a good one.
Yeah. And I was sitting there laughing the whole time, like after being scared shitless by this little
Yeah, of
dog.
course.
And
Your phone.
I think so.
Ding. Yeah.
But yeah, it was funny. And so then like for like the next hour and a half, he would walk in the room, start sniffing me again, and like just sniff around and then walk out.
Yeah.
Like he was patrolling the area.
Yeah, he's making sure you're not up to any
Yeah, to make
shit.
sure, yeah.
Damn.
It was so funny.
Have I told the story about when I first met Jamie on the pod?
No, I don't. Not to my knowledge.
I might have, but this might be retreading old shit. But we think he was a bait dog before we got him, which is like, if you don't know, it's like the dog that in dog fighting, the one that all of them gang up on and get riled up on and like pick on and fight before they actually go out and fight. Because he came into the shelter like with scars. He still has one on his, like kind of like the top of his head that just hasn't gone away, but most of the other ones have healed. But yeah, so he did not like dudes, like at all, because obviously, like
Right.
mostly it's dudes that get into dog fighting. So yeah, he did not like me at all when I first met him. Like we went into the one door and then they let the dogs in the other door, like across the room, and then he comes in and immediately starts just barking, like super scared because the person that brought him in left, of course, to leave us in there alone. Just like standing by the door, just barking at us like nonstop. It was me and my roommate. And so we like spread out so we didn't look like we were like, gonna come at him or anything. And we were just sitting there and they gave us string cheese. So we were like tossing cheese across the room at him. And he fucking loved it. He would like bark and then go eat some cheese and go back, bark. And then after like maybe 10 minutes of that, he finally like got close enough to my roommate. He kind of pet him a little bit. He runs back to the other side of the room, starts barking again, but would not come anywhere near me. And then we let my roommate out and my ex comes in, and since she's a girl, he like kind of was okay with that. So like she gave him some treats and shit. He came over cowering by her and like kind of letting her pet him a little bit. And then after maybe like half an hour of all that shit, then finally, with her like coaxing him over to me and stuff, he finally let me pet him. And as soon as I was petting him, it was like, oh, you're fine. And like after all that shit, he like just started nuzzling up on me. Like I was kneeling down, almost pissing all over me and shit, all over me. And then, I mean, it was rocky at first when I got him here, only because I had to like keep him in a cage for a little bit. And like the next day I had to go to work. So he was like alone for the 8 hours, freaking out in his cage. And that was a little bit too small for him. I feel really bad about that, but I mean, we had to, because we didn't know if he was going to rip up the entire room and shit.
Mm-hmm.
We also had to carry him up the stairs because he'd never seen stairs before. So we carry him up there, walk him up, and he freaks the fuck out. And I got home and he like wouldn't have anything to do with me because he was, he thought I was going to fuck with him because he was so scared and he's locked up for the whole time. So like after 20, 30 minutes of like sitting there waiting for him to come out, he finally came out. And then from there it was fine pretty much. It was just the stairs that were rough because we had to get him outside and we can't get him outside from the top floor.
Right.
I had to carry him down the stairs hoping he wouldn't pee on me. He didn't. And then we finally get him outside out the front door because there was no way with, how the stairs to the basement are here. They're pretty fucked up. There's just they're like wooden slats all the way down. So he wouldn't have anything to do with that either. And then after a long time, I kept having to carry him up and down the stairs every time for a little bit. And then I didn't even try the basement stairs for like a week. And then finally I was like, all right, we're getting over these. And I just carried him down. He was freaking the fuck out, which made it really hard to walk down those shitty stairs. But it was fine. And then, obviously now we're good. But he still pisses when he meets new people, as you learned.
Yep, I learned
And
that.
Jamie did the classic lay on his back, and when you go to pet him, he spurts a little bit at you. Just a little bit of piss. Yeah, but he's a good.
I'm
fucker.
thankful it didn't hit me.
Yeah, I've gotten it on my arm before from that. It's not very fun. I've cleaned up so much dog piss. It's ridiculous. What about your pets? Any shit there?
Scratching the couch up.
Oh, I know all about that.
Yeah. Oh, stop. Gertie's not old enough to do that.
Yeah. What was that, Peter or Gertie?
Gertie, Pete didn't. The couch we had was scratch proof. We had Pete, and now it's like prone to scratching when she sits on it.
Oh,
So it's like, yeah,
That sucks.
Too.
yeah, Jamie's torn up a lot of shit on here. I can't show the chair on this video because we'll set up and be fucked. But he's torn. See that little bit torn up right there? Yeah, that bit, and I think there's another one on this side. He tore up that chair like crazy. He tore a hole in my mattress pad.
Nice.
Yeah. But that was like around the time when he was still, freaking out every time.
Right.
Yeah, that was rough for a while. There'd be times where like I would reach for him to pet him. Yeah, I would think like, oh shit, I'm about to be fucked up. But really, he's fine. Right. What are we all drinking today? I got a mojito made with fresh mint, by the way. Well, not fresh. It's like from the store.
I'm drinking a whiskey sour.
Well, peanut butter whiskey sour. Very weird mix.
It is very weird.
Can I try it again? I only got that one sip. After he sips this. Nice slurp. Thank you. Oh, it's so weird, but like
It is weird. Yeah, it is exactly like what we said earlier. Like you taste it at first and you're like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, it's like it's girls' weight.
Yeah, it's like that one meme, the kombucha girl.
That's what it is. Yeah, she drinks it and she's like,
wait.
What about you, Jakey? What you got?
Smirnoff Ice, red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and berry. Please keep on brand here.
Red, white, and Gary.
Red, white, and Gary. It's not bad though. I'm so excited to go out tonight
Yeah,
because it's been a while since.
sorry, I'm already.
Can you grab the other mojito while you're in there?
Yeah, what?
The other mojito.
Oh yeah. I'm already falling asleep.
No, you're not. How tired are you? This motherfucker overslept, so he got here all late.
What do you want?
Down there is fine. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, this is also the first podcast we've all done together. And this is so weird because I don't have to wait for the delay to hear what you guys say or to like know if, you know what I mean? Like the delay over Zoom. It's so nice to just have
like talking over each other.
yeah, where it's like, and everyone starts to what's up? Yeah, it's not bad at all. Man, I'm excited though. Good. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm good. I just didn't know if there was something super important coming through the old iPhone.
No.
Do you hate Androids? Do I hate Androids?
No.
Okay, I was just curious because a lot of iPhone people are like, fuck them.
I don't know. I mean, I've just used an iPhone for so long, so it's what I'm familiar with.
That's fair. I did have an iPhone once and I dropped it in the toilet. So there was a bad streak of me like dropping phones and breaking phones. Do you remember in middle school that flip phone I had? Dude, it was like it was the oldest like shitty flip phone, like the ones that you have to type 3 times for O. It's like, hit the number 3 times for different. Yeah, It was that old. And it was because I went to my dad's one weekend. He was like, "Do you want a new phone?" And I was like, "Sure." So we went and we got an iPhone 6. Was like the one that had 6C and 6S and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I got one of those. It was nice and blue. It was really pretty looking. And then first of all, my mom was pissed. She was like, "Your dad got you a phone. What the fuck? Like yours was fine." And I was like, "Well, I don't know. Like he just gave me a phone. I'm not gonna say no." And then like a week later, I dropped it. So then I was
I would say a 6 is pretty good.
yeah.
I think fine.
And then I think I went back to the slide phone. Do you remember slide phones?
Mhm.
Yeah. So instead of a flip, it was a slide. And you had the big
That one. Yeah.
yeah.
You had that in high school.
I think I might have. Yeah. And
And then you got a new one.
there was the orange one,
Flip
right?
dive.
it was the orange one, right?
I can't remember.
I think it was like
Oh,
red,
it was
red
you
one.
put flip dive on.
Well, no, the flip one or the slide one. I mean,
No, I mean flip dive the game where you.
no, I know. I'm saying the slide phone.
Oh,
I think that one was like orange, and when you slide it up, it has a giant keyboard and shit. And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I think it also had Brick Breaker on it, and like I could only play the trial because I didn't buy it. What are you watching?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Garrett's on Instagram looking at some shit. But yeah, then I think I broke that,
Jeez,
and then I had to get a better. Or maybe I didn't break it, I just upgraded. But the flip dive game was fucking fun, dude.
where you land it on your neck.
Yeah.
Flop it to the.
Yeah. For anyone listening, look up flip dive iPhone game or whatever the fuck. It's a good one.
Man, we played that so much.
Way too much. Like you're
That was-
obsessed with it. I also like Infinity Loop. Have you guys ever played that? It's a pretty good one. It's like I can't even describe it. There's like different types of little things you have on the board, and it's like one of them is like a one side connection. One of them is like a little two side one, like a little L. And then there's like a T one, and then there's like just like a cross one. And the goal is just to connect all, like have no open ends, have everything connected. It's kind of dumb, but it's fun. And my sister fucking loves that game. So we used to like we were at some, I think it was like a guard tournament, not a tournament thing. It was like a guard competition, color guard competition. And we just like took turns like passing the phone back and forth playing Infinity Loop the whole time because it was boring as shit.
Didn't you have like a really decent phone and then your mom said she will upgrade it and give you like 4 generations
Yeah,
older?
that happened. So when I went to college, I had it was a Samsung J7. And so at a certain point, it just stopped connecting. It stopped having service. So if I didn't have Wi-Fi, I couldn't text or call anyone. So like walking between classes, I just would have nothing.
Problematic.
Yeah, it sucked. It was just out of nowhere. It just didn't have service ever. And everyone else has like Verizon had service. And so I texted my mom, like, hey, my phone stopped getting service. Like, can we upgrade me? Or I said, can I just get the same phone? Like, there's no need to like shell out more money on a new, fancy shit. Just give me the same one. I texted her. I said, it's the Samsung J7. So she had it over text. All she had to do was look at it and look at the thing she's buying and say, yes, 7. And she fucked it up somehow. So she sent me a fucking J3, 4 generations older. And I was like, what the fuck? I think I might have talked about this on here before, but it pissed me off. And I texted her. I was like, hey, did you buy the J3? Because it says J3. And she was like, no, I bought the J7. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, like, then fix it, right? Go, tell her. And then she like sent me a screenshot of the thing and it said J3. And I was like, you fucked up. Like, what the fuck? Are you looking at it?
Yeah.
What year was it? I think it's 2016.
J3 and then J7.
So the J3 was 2016. That's not right. I think you're looking at the wrong thing. J7V. Look up J7V.
Oh, J7. Okay.
Yeah, because she downgraded me by a lot.
2017.
Right. I guess not by a lot, but it was way small.
It wasn't. Yeah.
It felt like such a downgrade. It's only by like a year, but it felt like fucking. I mean, it sounded like it was 4 generations older. Pissed me the fuck off. But yeah, my phones were not a good trip. That flip phone sucks, man. Like when I would try to get a girl's number on a flip phone in middle school. God. I guess I never really tried to get anyone's number at that time because I was a little bitch boy. But
I had a teacher still have a flip phone in 2017.
Damn, dude.
He like called people. He's like,
Jesus Christ.
He was like 70 at the time.
I mean, that makes sense. Because at that point, it's like, don't even bother trying to figure out a touch screen. You're like 80.
My grandpa, he's 90. I think I told the story. But the phone goes off and he'll like pick up the TV and he's like,
Mm-hmm. That's the same one that keeps it boiling hot in the summer. Jesus, dude.
yeah, he complains when you go in the back room and open the window. He's like, "What? You too hot in here?"
Yeah, it's like 95
It's like,
degrees.
it's summer and you have the heat on and you have a sweatshirt on.
Yeah, dude.
How are you not?
Well, we went to Cedar Point. I don't know if we've mentioned this. Yeah, I think we told this.
Hot day. Like I was sweating. You kept patting my back.
Yeah.
It would absorb all the sweat into the shirt.
Sure.
Yeah, and there was my grandpa with 2 sweatshirts on.
Oh my God. It's still shivering. Like actively cold. Jesus Christ.
He's so wild.
Yeah, what a
I
guy.
haven't seen him in a while. Now that I think of it.
Well, you guys haven't been to Cedar Point in a while, right?
No,
With Corona.
Yeah, well, let's see if we can go again.
Yeah, that was fun. Kings Island was fun, but also fucking horrifying for me. I think I mentioned that one on here before.
Yeah.
Fucking
The
hell.
scariest part was what was it, Eiffel Tower?
Oh yeah, the Eiffel Tower. They just had like a grate that you can just see down to the floor through.
Yeah, the metal's like that thick and you can see like right down through.
Yeah, it was not fun at all. But I was less scared up there than I was on the floor, thinking about someone coming up to me and scaring me.
I thought it was fun. I like that stuff.
But I'm also such a pussy. Like I just can't handle like horror or jump scares or any of that shit. Makes me piss my pants.
Okay. We should have gone out to at least one haunted house.
I said you guys go. I'll wait. And you guys went and you said actually nah, it's fine.
I can't remember why we failed.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I think we didn't want to leave you on your own or something.
That was fine. I was only having a panic attack. It would have been all right.
Yeah.
Man, dude, it's really been a fucking year.
Mm-hmm. How was your guys' year since we started? I think when I started, I was still in college, wrapping it up.
Yeah, you were. Because there was a big string of episodes where you were doing so much homework and preparing for so much shit that you like had to dip out for some.
Yeah, it started better out of college than in college.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. Yeah, college sucked.
Yeah, it's nice having a weekend back too, not working at Kroger.
Yeah, and also like on the weekend, not,
Milking back.
but also not like on the weekend, not doing more work for school. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
prepping
getting
for
your
the next
days
week.
off
Yeah,
felt like fake almost is nice.
it's insane, man. Yeah,
2 years of that stupid.
it's been a hell of a year for me. So many changes. So much shit has gone on. Yeah, I mean that's kind of a nothing statement, but I don't know how much I want to even say because it's like a lot of it's pretty personal. We've already trauma dumped in that, but yeah, a lot of shit has changed. I'm in like a lot better of a mental state now than I was a year ago. But
Same.
yeah, it's crazy. Also, like doing this has helped me a lot too because like I get to talk to these two fuckheads every week. But it's been fantastic, and also stop doing that. Like creating something for me has been a big thing, like to help my mental state. Garen's doing the fucking Zoolander face for audio listeners, but getting mad that I called you out.
Don't appreciate being called out like that.
Well, then don't do it.
All right, fair enough.
But yeah, like this has been a big like A, confidence boost, and B, just like I've always wanted. Don't touch me. I've always like wanted to like do something in the creative field, and Twitch was fun, but
Keep it up.
this I think is better.
No.
I mean, Twitch was fun, but it's like it's hard because if no one tunes in while you're streaming, then you don't get the viewers later. You know what I mean? Like it's not really a platform that you can grow on that easily. And this isn't any easier, but
Right.
But it is kind of easier though because people can tune in whenever the fuck they want. You know? So I don't know, but it's been fun. What about you, Garen? Past year, think about everything in the past year.
Bro, I don't even remember what I had for breakfast, dog.
No?
No.
Yeah, you did Timbits.
I missed the point of that.
No, I know. I'm just fucking
Like-
around.
Nah, I mean, the year's been kind of wild.
Yeah.
Like, at least, I don't know, as far as the past year goes.
It was one of the best year of my life, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, graduated college, moved out to 2 different states,
Yeah, it is.
met a group of friends at work, explored a nuclear reactor. That was insane.
Damn.
The construction site on that was like nuts.
Massive.
I give you an idea. Our top hill drives is 400 feet tall.
Yeah.
The cooling tower is 600, 50% taller. There's 2 of them. We went inside and screamed as loud as we could. Echoed everywhere. Yeah. What other stuff?
The caves.
Caves.
We gotta hit those this summer.
We got
We got
Pennsylvania stuff too.
That's what I was gonna say. We should do new caves.
There's gonna be some, yeah. Big, or was it Big Bone Lick State Park? We can visit.
Big Bone Lake. Let me make my high school.
Name it. It's like Kentucky.
Damn.
Big Bone.
I don't know. I mean, I guess
It's gonna be hard.
I guess this is the same for me. Like it's been the best year probably for me too.
It's gonna be hard to top this, I think. Well, no, there can be some stuff that's good.
I think I have a lot better things ahead of me than have happened over the past year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Oh, I
Well, it's the same, but also like the growth that I've seen in myself, like in my mental state for the past year for me personally, has been insane.
Yeah.
Not for you. Oh,
No, not until like the last few months.
I've noticed there was a period where I can tell when Garen's getting sad because he snaps me less. We talk a little bit less, and it's like I can just feel it coming on, and then I can tell when it's like really when it's hit. It's like dip. Pretty
I mean, I've never been one. I've pretty much always worn my heart on my sleeve, which is like, kind of a good and bad thing.
yeah.
But no, I'm looking forward to a lot of the stuff that I hope will happen in the future, like in the next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just not like a ton of stuff has happened really. Like not a ton of big stuff. I mean, I got a girlfriend.
That's
At
pretty
the
big.
start of this year.
Yeah.
But apart from that, nothing really like huge has happened.
Well, it's also only. Did you mean in like the past calendar?
I mean,
year?
like in turn, like if starting from right now, going a year back,
Yeah.
nothing has happened apart from like me getting a girlfriend at the beginning of this calendar year.
Right. Okay.
Which like, I mean, that's just life, I guess. Sometimes shit happens, sometimes shit doesn't. But
Yeah. I get that. What were you about to say, huh? Took a deep breath.
Oh yeah, I popped my tire.
Oh, nice. You did do that. That was on a big. That was
That was
a
a-
drive.
Yeah, it was a month ago now. Like
Yeah.
exactly a month ago. I just got my first raise like a couple of days ago.
Nice.
Just like
That's how they suck you in, though. Trust me.
yeah,
They give you a couple races right off the bat, so they don't give you shit for a while.
yeah. I wasn't supposed to get one until next year,
Mm.
but like someone put a good word in for me, so it like worked out.
Yeah.
I lucked out with that.
This mojito is really growing up. Not to change the subject completely.
yeah,
I didn't like it at all. Well, the very first time I ever had one, I'm like, oh, I can't do it. But the way I made this is making me like it.
yeah.
So all the weaves too.
I guess in terms of my job, I have gotten quite a few raises
Yeah.
over the past.
Well, doesn't that come with
year.
some certifications too?
Well, yeah. So I have to take my classes, and then along with my classes and my work hours, I'll get a raise every so often, which has made doing this line of work a lot easier.
Yeah. Makes you want to stick
And then-
with it, for sure.
And then more recently, I got a bigger raise, which was like pretty fucking nice.
Was that just like in general raise and not based on like certain certifications?
No, so that one was a contract raise.
Okay.
Our union negotiated a raise for our contract because pretty much every other trade was getting paid a lot more than us,
Okay.
which like is fine or whatever.
Like
But
how much more?
like a significant amount.
Oh shit.
3 times.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure electricians now for journeymans in the union are making like $44 an hour or like close to $40 an hour.
Shit.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Fuck, man.
so like
Pretty good. That's insane.
they were making quite a bit more than us, and they still are. But we were kind of just like, well, we definitely don't deserve to be the lowest paid trade
Yeah.
Like, because we do way more shit. Like the laborers were getting paid more than us, which is like the people that just push a broom all day, and people that like run an elevator.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they were getting paid more than us. So it's like, I mean, since I'm still an apprentice, most people were getting paid more than me anyway, regardless of what trade I'd go to.
Right. I mean, that makes sense.
But in terms of being a journeyman, which actually I'm fairly close to journeying out, which just means I'll be close to making journeyman wage.
yeah.
I'm getting closer to that, which is nice.
Journeyman.
But yeah, my company, like the job site I'm on right now, they asked me to do a lot of stuff. Like I always work by myself. I never have a partner.
Really? Is that unusual?
For our line of work, yeah, I would say so.
I feel like construction.
Yeah, it feels like something that you would want multiple people working on the same thing in case like stuff happens or like just in general. It's
I know.
keep stuff moving.
Normally, it's very much like that.
Yeah, normally it just facilitates everything, like makes everything go faster.
Yeah.
But along with that means your production is supposed to be doubled. So like,
right, that's true.
so what I've been doing at work recently is I've been doing turf panels, which are like these little acoustic sound panels. They just are supposed to make it quieter. I think they're just more for aesthetics. But I just stick them up onto the grid. They stick on there with magnets,
Okay.
and that's it. So it's pretty easy. But the boxes are like 12 feet long or like 10 feet long. And so a lot of the time now, since I just work by myself, they like I just really haven't had anyone to help me move them, which it has printed on the boxes. It says team lift.
Yeah.
Yeah, team lift. So I'm like, okay, well, let me just fucking hoist this bitch up on my shoulder. And so I'm sitting there walking with a javelin on my shoulder.
Nice.
Like, but yeah, I mean, apart from that, it's fine. Because I guess so. Like one area for me, what is supposed to take about 4 hours is what my boss told me.
Okay.
Because he said when he was doing it with one of the other guys we worked with, he had like they were working together on it. It took him 2 hours to do one side.
Right. So then half that with just one person.
Right. So then, yeah, you would basically just double the time and half the production.
But I wonder though if they were team lifting.
100%.
Right. So then that wouldn't that make it? Well, shit,
So-
I guess that makes sense. Where are you going? To piss?
Remember?
You taking a piss?
Yeah.
Jacob's peeing.
Without us?
Yeah, bro.
Come on.
We'll pause this real quick.
No, but it was all right. And I don't mind working by myself. Like all my other material is really light. It's pretty easy to move. So I never complain about it. Like it's just part of the job. You just do it.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
You know, and it's also helpful to like understand how to lift something well enough. Like obviously you don't lift with your back.
What? No,
Well,
I've
that's
been doing it wrong this whole time.
But there's stuff like that. Yeah, like they've just been coming to me and asking me to do a bunch of stuff. And I've worked by myself nonstop for like the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. So it's just kind of like
How it is now.
oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like working by myself because that means I don't have to worry about anybody else fucking up my work.
Yeah, or relying on that person to keep the production.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's another thing for me.
Yeah.
When I work alone.
There was I remember there was one guy I was working with. We were hanging top out boards, which
Okay.
a lot of our standard drywall is 4 feet by 10 feet. But it'll be either 4 feet by 10 feet or 4 feet by 8 feet.
Okay.
That's most often what I see on job sites. And so hanging a full board by yourself isn't hard.
Okay.
But when you have a partner, a lot of times what will happen is when you're just standing up your boards, you'll hang it up or like you'll stand it up and get it to the spot it needs to be. And you'll put a few tack screws in there just to hold the board up.
Okay.
And then you'll go and do the next one. And the guy behind you will just be following you, putting the rest of the screws on.
Gotcha.
And then most often you'll have to go back. Yeah, he slams.
Drop the fucking lid.
But most often you'll have to go back through with like a scaffold or a lift or something, and then screw the tops of your boards off.
Okay.
And then on top of that, we have our top out board,
Okay.
which just will go all the way up to the deck. It's mainly for fire ratings and stuff like that. Most often you'll see like a 1 hour or a 2 hour fire rating, which just means that's how long it'll take a fire to get through that wall.
Gotcha.
Because they're not designed to stop a fire, just to slow it down.
I mean, that makes sense.
But yeah, so I was doing top out boards with a guy one time, and he was an all right guy. Like, he was cool. I got along with him.
See that?
And so I was going through and I was hanging the boards. Like, I'd put them down. I'd put a few tack screws in it,
Yeah.
and then I'd go give him measurements for the next one, because they'd be like, we'd have to cut all the boards down or whatever. And so I'd finish giving him measurements, and I'd go back in my lift to screw off the rest of that board while he's cutting it.
Okay.
And he'd be like, no, just leave it. Just leave it. It's fine. I'm like, bro, there's only like 3 or 4 screws in this board.
Yeah.
Like, I can't just leave this here. And he's like, no, it's okay. Just leave it. And I was like, all right. Cause I'd had that argument with him like 10 times. And I was just,
you mean?
yeah, 10 times in that same day. And I was just done with him. And I was like, so at the very end of the day, I was like, hey,
Sorry for the ice.
this guy's telling me not to screw off the rest of my boards. I just did it so we got the boards up. But if you want, I'm going to go back. Like, I'm going to go back and screw off the rest of my boards.
Screw it off,
And
baby.
make sure everything looks all nice. He goes, oh, okay, yeah. He's like, yeah, do that. He's like, don't worry, I'll have a chat with him. And so, yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of lost my train of thought. Forgot why I was even telling that
No,
story.
because we talked about the past year, how it's been, and you said that working has been good.
Yeah, working's been good.
Yeah.
They my boss told me earlier this week that so they said that they were gonna lay off some people, which was kind of like, ooh, who's gonna lose their job?
Oh shit.
But so they basically told my foreman, they're like, hey, you have to make a list. Like, you have to make a list and put all your guys in order and like how you want it. Like,
If people have to go, who's gonna go first?
yeah. And so he told me, so on our like bid pack, because there's different bid packs on this job site because it's fucking massive.
Okay. Explain what bid pack is.
It's just a section of the job.
Okay.
And it's technically it is a different job site,
Okay.
but since there's it's all technically on the same job because it's on the same building.
You can keep talking. The Windows 11 wants to download. I'm gonna have to tell it what time to not fuck us right now.
But yeah, so on our job site or on our bid pack, there's one journeyman. The rest of us are apprentices. There's like, we're doing like the finish work now, like the touch up work and all that stuff. And so it's like, we only have 8 or 9 people.
Wait, so are we working? What are you building right now?
We are working on, well, the building I'm at is the JP Morgan Chase Bank building in Polaris.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's, I mean, the whole building is like a mile long.
It's a structure.
Yeah.
Mega structure.
Yeah. I have to walk that building a few times each day.
No,
Just a cool line.
But yeah, so my foreman, he's like, well, how the hell do I rank apprentices? He's like, they don't even know the whole job yet.
That's a good point.
Like, they're still learning. And he's like, I don't know. And he was just told, I don't know, just fucking rank them. And so he told me and my buddy Luke that I work with, he said that he put Brad, the only journeyman, as number 1, and then me, and then Luke.
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
He said I got put above Luke because I know how to run ceiling grid.
Oh,
Like, I know how to do
that's
more
the
than
only
him.
thing you have above him. Like, that's the only thing you know more than him.
Yeah, like apart from that, we both know the same stuff.
Damn.
But he's like, yeah, bro, like Garen just knows how to run ceiling grid really good. So I was like, yeah, get fucked, Luke. He's like, I'm better than you. I am better.
You should start whooping his ass.
No,
Tell him.
nah. Luke is really cool. He's a great dude. I love talking to that guy, and working with him is really fucking funny because, yeah, it's just a good time. We just talk shit about a bunch of people. And we like just fuck with people. It's so good. But I will say one thing about working on that job is that it is an active bank building. Like it's the Chase Bank and JP Morgan headquarters for like Columbus.
Right.
And so as far as I'm aware. But so there's obviously other people in there who aren't construction people.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And so I'll be like moving material or I'll just like be pushing a car somewhere. And I swear I'll get a stare like this. Like I'll just be walking and someone will be like,
What the fuck are you doing?
yeah, literally. They'll give you the fucking stank eye.
Stankity eye.
That's you guys were yellow. The construction.
Ours are valleys are white.
Okay. What do you have like engineers that run around that have like different colored hats?
We don't see engineers on our job site really ever.
Okay, because the engineers at my site, we were white.
Oh yeah.
The construction workers were yellow, and there's always like stare offs when the two like
They meet each other.
yeah, everyone's like, oh, you hate engineers, they don't do nothing. And it's like constructors and workers always messing up.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. There's a weird it's a small group of people that do that. Most people get along.
Yeah,
well, but like
I got a bone to pick with engineer. If you're an engineer, fuck you.
Jacob's getting chewed out.
Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. But
I don't know, it's weird.
in all reality, so a lot of the time, the reason for that is because we'll get a set of plans from engineers, right?
Yeah.
And we'll go look at everything that's done. And so in my line of work, I'm typically some of the last guys that go around and do stuff because I do acoustic ceilings.
Oh, okay.
And so all the other trades will have all their stuff up and everything. And so a lot of times I have to work around everybody else. And so it's like if somebody else fucked up, like say one of the HVAC guys put one of their ducts in the wrong place, then I have to do my ceiling different. Like my wires that I use to suspend the ceiling are placed differently. It's like one screw up just tumbles. It's a snowball effect.
That makes sense.
It just messes everything else.
Because there's a blueprint for everything, and if you move something a couple feet over, then
God forbid a sprinkler head is out of place. Oh my God. I've had one sprinkler head block a main tee which runs the length of the room and it helps me continue my ceiling.
Yeah.
I had one sprinkler head block it, so I couldn't continue the ceiling. I had to stop.
Just knock it out.
Put my whole
Bro, take a hammer and
nah.
Let all the water drain out.
All that smelly black water, just nasty.
But it's good. It smells good.
Bro, nah.
I've never smelled.
Dude, it is awful.
You got a picture?
There's been one job site I've been on where somebody knocked a sprinkler head and it burst. Oh my, it ruined that job site smell for weeks.
Shit.
Dude, it was awful. And it was a school too.
That's like your waterfall stairs in what was it, middle school? Yeah. When I was re-listening to the old episodes, that one was having me die. That was episode 1.
Oh yeah, what episode? What was the thing?
We'll get to that.
Come on, bro. Show.
I don't think
No. We gotta get to
there's a photo on it that showed Garen of like the worst constructed building I've ever been.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, we went into it and they have pipes and stuff running along the floor that you have to step over. And it's not screwed down to the ground so you can kick it and like knock the whole thing down.
Oh no.
And it's in a nuclear reactor.
Oh.
It was a water treatment facility, so it's supposed to be like for construction workers to like, drink out of, but like it was just so poorly
I'm
built.
gonna fix this framing real quick.
I don't think they ever showed you
The actual photos of the reactor yet.
I don't think so.
I can show you if you want to look at it.
Oh
my gosh, Danny.
I almost fucked everything. It's fine.
And now it's all crooked.
No, it's not. Is it?
It looks crooked. Twist it towards me.
Yeah, I got it.
There you go. That looks better.
Okay. One little thing fucks up everything. Fuck. Where I had something to. Oh yeah, I'll get to the surprise in a little bit. It's
Fringe.
It's got to be towards the. Okay, do you want it now?
I don't care.
Do you want to suffer right now? I'm just kidding. No, we'll get to it in a second.
Mercy.
So the podcast people don't know this, but me and Julian came up with this stupid fucking bit. And we just can't let the bit die. We're so stupid. But it's basically some timid guy having sex, basically. And so it's like, oh, whoa, like that. Because he's all nervous, he doesn't know what to do. And it's evolved, well, devolved.
Is it the priest?
No, we just came up with the fucking.
Have you seen that one?
No.
You've never seen that clip?
No.
It's like a porno of a girl like trying to get a priest or like a folk to sleep with her.
Oh.
And he's sitting there, he's like, oh no, don't do it.
That would be a good character to put in this thing. But all it is just me and Julian going, oh.
Have you guys seen the Exorcist scary movie?
No.
The Exorcist?
Well, the scary movie version of it.
No.
The priest is on the toys like, Lord, help me unleash this demon. He like went out
Like a fat dude.
You don't know he's in the toilet until so he just starts. It pans out and he's like, crap, like that's the biggest dumb.
God damn,
Biggest,
dude.
yeah.
Is that Words with Friends?
It is.
Dude, my mom goes apeshit for that. Or she used to, at least.
I'm trying to figure out a word that is more than 28 points, but I can't. I've only been able to get 27.
Sucks to you. Is this like the last word?
Vans. No, it's not. It's not the last word yet.
We'll just do something that's close. Fair. Fair. Yeah. What the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, just that dumb bit with me and Julian. But it really has devolved into like incorporating more words or like more phrases that'd be funny for a guy to say during. And it's always, you can't just say oh. You have to do it as like a question, like oh baby. Yeah, it's very very awkward and timid. And one of the words that we've incorporated is mercy. It's like my favorite fucking thing to say whenever me and Julian are hanging out. We're actually gonna see Julian. Woo! Yeah, shout out to you, bitch. We're gonna see him after we record this episode. We're probably gonna take a bit to just hang out and
Kiss.
I mean, don't tell everybody. Listen, man. But we're gonna hang out here for a sec, probably, and then go a little celebration dinner at a slightly fancy place.
Yeah, then we'll kiss.
Yes, in the bar. Like we're gonna go be eating our meal, then we're gonna go to the bar, and then we're all gonna make out. But yeah, Julian will be there, so he doesn't know it yet. I asked him yesterday. I texted him. I said, "You working tomorrow?" And he didn't text me back. So what the fuck, man? What is bad? What the fuck did you look up? What is that?
I don't know. That's some like fat burning thing, I guess. Why? No.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're fucked now. You're gonna get emails.
Yep, I'm fucked.
You, huh? They could finish this Smirnoff. Yeah, I'm already feeling a little bit. A little bit of the alcohol because it's been a few weeks for me.
I'm actually not.
Should we do another shot?
No, please, no, dear God.
I'll do another shot. You want one?
Sweet.
I'll do another one.
All right, I'll go build shots. Entertain the people.
Okay. Entertain the people.
Dude, there was an old episode where I think it was
No, I remember. I know what you're talking about.
where I was like, I'll be right back, and it's just me and you, and you were like, and then you started talking about how you would be bad at streaming.
Oh yeah, actually, I just don't know what the fuck to say. Never. I never know what to say.
Fine.
Dude, I'm not that. I'm like socially awkward, bro.
Not so much anymore.
I don't know what you're talking about. I still am, bro.
You've grown.
He said not so much anymore. I personally disagree.
Balls.
I think I think I would not be good at that because this is my own little ASMR section. Danny's now handing me a shot of
Whiskey.
my peanut butter whiskey.
I needed my mojito chaser.
And
Maybe I should.
You want a shot?
Oh no, it's, I was saying I should probably should.
I don't really know what else to
Oh,
say.
fuck that. Jacob almost had us drinking birthday cake vodka. And that would be just, wait, I've tried it before. It's nasty. Dink it, slam it, and slam it. Man, don't make me laugh in the middle of a shot. That mojito chase was good. You want some?
Ooh, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling a little bit tipsy.
I can feel the warm tingle of it. Good.
Don't ASMR.
I can feel the burn. It's actually this whiskey is so good. If you ever see it in stores, it's Bird Dog is the brand, and it's the peanut butter flavor. If anyone's ever had peanut butter whiskey, you know what I'm talking about.
Besides, Julian knows the one I brought to his house.
Oh, yeah.
Dog shit. I think it's squirrel.
The Bird Dog one, the Bird Dog brand is so good because they have a honey whiskey as well, just like a lot of other brands.
Okay.
Dude, it's so good. Like, honestly, just that shot and just tasting it is, it'll be there for
The honey one, you mean?
both of them.
Oh, okay.
I think the peanut butter one just straight is amazing.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So I actually brought, my dad gave me a bottle because he's like, Garen, do you want this? I was like, what is it? He goes, it's whiskey. I'm like,
I fucked up the frame so bad. I'm sorry. I'm looking at
bro,
it now.
it's fine.
Anyway, I'm not gonna.
But no, so my dad, he gave me a bottle of the Bird Dog whiskey, and it was like it came with a
peanut
big
butter or was
bottle.
it just milk?
No, it was it's actually salted caramel. Dude,
That
oh
sounds
my
right.
God, it's so good. I brought it to one of our poker nights that we do, which that's a good thing that's been happening lately. It's just doing poker night with my dad and his buddies.
How long has that been going on?
Only well, in terms of like the calendar date, it's been like a month.
Okay.
Like a month, 2 months ish.
That's like every
But we
week
do
thing?
like every other week.
Okay.
But we'll normally do it on Fridays. But I brought it there, and everybody who wanted a glass, we all poured one for.
Yeah. Just straight
Just straight whiskey with some ice in it. And then,
on the rocks, baby.
oh my gosh, dude, it was fantastic.
Really?
It's so good. Like, especially just to like sip it. So good. And you'd be sitting there just tasting salted caramel for the entire round of poker.
Damn.
And then you just like wet your lips with it again or take like a little sip.
Just dip your lips in. Just imagine you putting your lips in the cup, kissing the top of the liquid.
Oh, no.
Shit. That does sound all right, though.
Yeah, dude, it was really good. Everyone there was like flipping out over it. They're like, oh my God, that's so good. That's dangerous, bro. That's so good.
That is dangerous, though. Because I mean, you said, what, 80 proof?
Well, this
Dog
one is, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's still 80 proof.
Shit. I mean, that is fucking dangerous, dude.
Yeah. Obviously, drink responsibly. We're not telling you to go out and get
I mean, I'm not going to say shit. Because when I was like 18,
well, but even still, well,
just fucking, definitely drink responsibly.
no. When I was like, I mean, I'm not going to say allegedly when I was 16, you know?
You can't get fucked now. Isn't there a statute of limitations on that shit?
I don't know.
You're fine.
I'm just saying.
Allegedly.
A while ago, I mean, I would, drink quite a bit, but we're just saying, if you're gonna drink responsibly. Like, see, we're not even gonna drive to where we're going after this.
That's a very good point. We are all
we're just gonna walk.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't be an idiot. Just be smart. Call someone if you have to.
I mean, the thing is, there's fucking Uber, there's Lyft, there's so many things. If you drive drunk, you're just kind of an idiot. Like, I'm sorry to say it.
I mean,
there's so many ways to avoid it now. Do you drive drunk?
No, I don't.
Okay, good. What? What were you gonna say then? But not anymore, right? Because you realize it's stupid.
Obviously not.
Yeah, I made the rule for myself freshman year of college that, and it was me and my ex. I said that if we ever like have anything to drink for the rest of the night, you're just not driving.
Yeah.
And then she tried to fucking break that.
I mean, I will say there's been a couple times where I've driven home that I probably shouldn't have. I've never gotten to a point where I've been too fucked up.
Okay.
Because if I drink and I know I have to go home, then, I'll stop at a certain point and I won't drink the rest of the night.
I just don't drink at all.
And I'll just,
if I know I have to go home.
But
If I know I'm driving.
that also comes with knowing your limits.
That's true. But for me, I just think it's a slippery slope. That's
You're
why I
right.
just cut it off completely.
You're right. It is. I just if I know I have to go home, I'll go out, have a few beers, and then I won't drink for the rest of the time until I feel good enough to drive home.
No. Yeah, I get that. I know a lot of people that do that. Yeah, there was someone maybe like a month ago that was like, and I was like, are you? And I was like, all right, you know your limits. But yeah, I just don't know. Like I've had the opportunity to drive back a lot of times because what I do when it's really cold out now is I stay sober, so I drive down to the bar. I drive to the downtown Kent, then I park and I leave my coat in the car, and then I walk back, grab my coat out of the car, and I just walk the rest of the way. So I could definitely just get in the car and drive home because I still have my keys and shit.
Mhm.
But there was one time where I was like, well, and I was like, no, like I made the rule for a reason. I'm just gonna stick strictly no driving after. So
Good for you.
I mean, I'm not trying to be like, I'm much better than you. Like, that's not my point.
You are.
I'm not trying to say that, though, is my thing. I'm just saying, like,
It's okay.
that's what you can say to myself. No, because if you haven't crashed, then you're fine. I mean, I'm not saying that for you guys listening. I'm saying Garen's all right. You've lived this far. You're obviously doing something right. What about you, Jacob? You ever drinky drivey?
No, not once.
No? Anything with that?
No, I don't risk it.
Didn't you say your parents do the same thing I do? Where like if you drink at all, it's just nothing, no driving.
No, I think it's supposed to parents. My parents never made that rule. We just don't do it.
It's fair.
I know one guy I work with who, like, I'm shocked he's not there yet.
Oh god, I've seen people. Well, I think I might have told the story on here where that girl. It was like oh, that smells good. That vape smells good. What flavor is that?
It's just menthol.
It smells way better than.
Oh, it smells like
It's probably because of the whiskey.
Garen's breath smells good.
You smell good, bro. Anyway, but yeah, like a couple months ago, probably like 4 months ago now, this one girl drove home like way too drunk. She almost ran over another. Like, so what it was I think I might have told the story. I'm sure I did. So sorry, listener, but Garen looks surprised, so I don't think he remembers. So I have to tell again. So, yeah, so we went out to the bars, and we met up with this girl. It was like her birthday weekend or something. And she works at one of the places down here that I don't like really going to. It's kind of shitty. Sorry, the place is shitty.
Nah, it's dog shit. We're not sorry.
Listen, we can go there tonight, but it'll be packed by the time we get there. Anyway, so we meet up with her. We're all hanging out. We're like, sure, if it's your birthday weekend, let's hang out. Yeah, it is Dookie. You can give the thumbs down. And so then I sniffed. That sounded horrid. Then she needed to go home. So we were like, well, is it like close enough to walk? And she was like, it's fine. Like, I'll be fine. She didn't say yes or no. So then we start.
She says,
tries to cry. No, so me and another guy start walking her towards where we think we're gonna walk her home, and then the whole time she's like not saying if we're going to the car or not. And then
You did tell her. I remember.
yeah, and so then she gets to her car, and I was like, "You're definitely going to your car," and she was like, "No," and I was like, "You definitely are." So I'm just not gonna fuck with this. Like it's your own fucking fault if you drive home. So then I leave. The other guy stays with her. And then he comes back to us like 20 minutes later. And he's like, yeah, she almost ran me over with the car. So I just had to let her drive home. I was like, fucking hell. I'm surprised she's still fucking okay. I mean, it's not a far drive, but like any amount of drive. And like when I rode in a car with someone that was a little drunk, and I can tell like by the way that they're driving, I'm like, I can easily see how it would happen. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it's just, yeah. I mean, I'm feeling this hitting me all as I'm talking right now.
You guys know anyone who got a DUI before?
I don't think so. Anyone that got a DUI? Oh.
Hey, fuck you. That's not that mean, bro.
It sounded like a meme a little bit.
I know. No. I mean, I've worked with a lot of guys that have, like, I've met a ton of dudes. Well, I've met some scary ass dudes.
Really? Like in your work field?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah, like hardened criminals.
We build together now.
We build together now. That's what it sounds like. H together strong. You know? H together. We build together now.
That's so good.
Fuck, dude. I like doing
This episode.
We build together now. Is the title. Write that down.
We both
Put it in your notes.
We'll remember.
No. Put it in because I will forget.
Oh, snap you.
Okay, that's fair. We're taking a selfie. Oh, come on. I look like shit. They're from both angles. They're snapping and doing shit. Fuck.
I saved mine. I sent it to our group chat.
Oh, that's good. That's hot. What was I talking about? Oh, you were talking about hardened criminals.
Oh, yeah. Well, just saying that, like,
you've seen them?
yeah, like, I've talked to some guys, and obviously I never ask them because I feel like that's inappropriate. Unless they feel like talking about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if they tell me about it, then it's whatever. But I don't go out asking them because I just feel like that's kind of rude. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird to be like, hey, what's your record?
yeah, like, hey, buddy, why were you in prison?
Especially like if you don't, since you don't have a record, it's not like you're both from porn. You're just like, hey, bitch, what's your record?
Yeah.
Like, that's I killed 20 guys.
I seriously had this.
I don't think I know anyone that has a DUI to answer your question.
I got 3 of them.
You have 3 of them?
No, my aunt.
Oh, you know 3 people is what you mean?
No, my aunt.
Oh.
One person with 3 of them.
Okay.
She got thrown in prison.
Don't you get what's it called? Like party tags, party plates?
Party place,
yeah.
the yellow. It looked like New York. They got the red.
Right.
Letters.
Yeah. And it's basically, hey, you fucked up so many times that we're literally gonna
Yeah, if you get that, cops can pull you over for no reason. Yeah, just to
I'm
check.
sure that makes perfect sense. It's like
yeah.
you're probably fucking drunk.
They don't go see at that point.
Damn.
This is so good.
We build together now.
Just so
Wait, you send that to me?
just for everyone who know or who wants to see it on the video.
I can barely see that, but it's fine. Are you guys feeling a little bit tipsy or no?
I know, it says we build together now.
Are you guys feeling tipsy at all? Or is it just me?
I do feel like a teensy bit warm.
I never get tipsy.
That's true. This motherfucker can drink so much. I've seen him drink a lot. And he just doesn't get sauce. I don't know how he does it. Should we show you that?
I get
Should I show you guys
sauce.
should I show you guys the surprise now?
Sure.
Okay. No. It'll take a tiny bit of setup, so don't feel nervous, but intimidate.
Shiver me timbers. I'm so nervous and excited, guys. What do you think it is? What do you think this surprise is? Oh my gosh.
Probably.
It could be balls.
It's a compilation of every time you've said balls.
Is it actually?
No.
No
way.
I'm also sorry if we get really quiet here. Hopefully this will come through the mic very well.
This
But
one, okay, so to preface, I was listening to episode 7.
Is this it?
So I'm sorry. I'm so excited.
is this a clip from episode 7?
It is. So I recorded this morning because I went and got Taco Bell, brought some hash browns with my friends, and I came back and then I started recording this.
Okay.
I think it's best if I just
Let's see it.
Okay, let's watch.
watch.
We are watching a clip from episode 7 that Danny recorded this morning.
Yeah, we're all gonna be quiet on set. We're just gonna let this play out.
Hopefully this.
Hey, Garen. I'm recording this today. It's 10:14 before you guys get here today. There's just one clip from an episode that I think you really gotta see. It's from episode 7.
I hate to
Slurred
mention
words
me
and
by
zodiac
name.
signs. Great episode all around. Fantastic. But there's one little part that I listened to again for the first time in a long time that I totally forgot about. And I thought,
That means I totally.
you might
forgot
want to
about it,
see
dude.
this. So let me just share my screen real quick. Share
sound. As you can see, episode 7, I just said that title.
I guess it'll be up.
So
And
just in
I'm
case
just gonna
anyone
let this
can't hear me,
play out
Danny,
for you. So
Danny addressed me
here it
by
is.
name.
Those are the kind of people that make going out to the clubs fun.
Yeah, man. Like that, you know what? And you were one of those guys because you did the worm on that stage.
Dude, yeah, I'm a one-trick pony though.
That's
bro.
fine though. Who cares? That guy was too. He's the yo-yo guy, and that's it. He can't do anything else. As soon as he pulls out those yo-yos, he's yo-yo guy for the night, and he cannot put them away. You know, he's fucked. It's the same thing with anyone. He's yo-yo guy, and that's it. He had one thing, and he used it. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. You got one thing. Yeah, you either commit or you don't. And he was fucking committed, man. Why is that so funny to you?
You were so passionate about that, dude.
I'm telling you, man. If you only got one thing, you just gotta go for it.
Oh my God. I'll tell you what then. Next time we're out at a club together, I'll do the worm again for you.
No.
I'm gonna hold you to that. And everyone
for
that's
everyone
listening to
else
this,
there. Yep.
Yeah.
Come out to where we'll post it somewhere like, hey, we're going out to a club. So if you listen to the podcast, make sure you're there.
that feels like doxing ourselves. We're also not
A little
big
bit.
enough. We're also not that big of a. I think you get the gist there. I can't wait to see your reaction in real time as I show you.
So
this.
it seems that in episode 7, I promised to do the worm again next time we were out at a club with Danny. And
Well, hold on, real quick. So we are going out to the club tonight, and you did promise.
I think this is the time where I'm going to start driving as fast as I can into a tree.
I was listening to episode 7 and I heard that part and I was like, screenshot.
I hate you.
I needed it and I was so excited. I was all like this morning. I was like, all right, I'm gonna record a little.
You're such a bitch. You're such a bitch.
So now, well, the thing is, now we have social media, and I wanted to start off strong. Are you with something big? So our big night out to celebrate a year is big, but so we're gonna do. By the way, my dad insists that we do Irish car bombs, the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Which is a drink that you chug.
I know.
He'll be fine. Jacob doesn't like chugging. But the other thing is that Garen did promise he would do the worm next time we were out. And I said, I think you talked over a tiny bit. I said, I'm going to hold you to that. He said, that's fine. And so do you still know how to do the worm?
Yeah.
Okay, well then you're fine. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for like not weeks. I think it's been like a week and a half. I've been waiting for a decade for this fucking moment. I am so excited. And hopefully I have an idea of how I'm gonna edit it all together, hopefully. I'm just so excited. Garen's gonna have to do the worm tonight. And I knew I was gonna drop it on you same day, a couple hours before we go out. Are you nervous? How you feeling?
At this point, I'm just disappointed in myself. I think like I need to learn and remember what I say.
Yeah.
And 2,
Don't.
not make promises that I think won't have any repercussions.
I said
This one clearly does.
listen, I said I'm gonna hold you to that. And you said okay. You said that's fine.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's because I thought we'd never go out again.
Well, too bad. We're going out tonight, and you're gonna have to do it. Listen, here's the thing: if you really don't want to, I'm not gonna force you.
No, it's okay.
But if you think about,
I'll be the center of attention for a few minutes.
well, the thing is, for the content, you kind of gotta, you know.
That's if anybody watches it.
If we put it on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, people will go to find it. This is basically my way of starting off really strong to get people to go to Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Is me doing the worm?
Yeah, we'll just start a night out, but that's the big highlight.
That's true. Well, we do have all those highlights we're planning. So we are planning on making them because I think it's going to be funny.
It is pretty funny.
We are planning on making like a big highlight video of like just all of our best moments and stuff. I know we've mentioned it a few times on the podcast. If anybody has like any funny moments or good moments that, you know, you've heard recently or whenever, just send them to us if you have our contact information. Most of the
Well, the
people
other-
listening to this know us personally.
true.
So
And if you don't have our contact information, there is an email in the description.
yeah, there is always that.
But the other thing is, though, this episode goes up the 7th, which is our actual anniversary of the very first episode going up. The next day is when I was planning on uploading. So
Okay, so
you
maybe
got very
scratch
little
that.
time.
Maybe scratch that.
Well, no, I mean, if you're listening day of, there's a chance you could sneak something in. I don't know. I haven't started the editing process yet, really. So I don't know how long it'll take. There's a chance that we're gonna have to delay. So
That's fair.
So
To be
you're
fair-
probably gonna get a chance to tell us more moments if you want.
To be fair though, we do have like a decent list. Like we probably get a solid like couple minutes of video.
Oh, for sure. Especially
Out of-
because some
out
of
of all the
some of the
highlights.
moments that I personally have listened to are
Mhm.
like,
Like a few
like
minutes.
like a story,
Like
or
a section.
Yeah, it's like a big.
a lot of, I'm not gonna- a lot of the ones I put. So we have a Discord chat. Yeah, Dickcord as we like to call it. We have a Dickcord chat with all of us, and Maddie is also included in that. But we've been putting
I just forgot.
a lot, like we've been listening back to a lot of our old episodes and putting in like a bunch of different highlights and all that stuff. I know I've listed a ton of them. Actually, I don't know how much a ton of them is. I've listed what, like 7 or 8. But
Yeah, you listed a few.
but hopefully, like I think they're hilarious. Some of them are pretty vulgar. Some of them are not so much. But I think they're all really funny.
My favorite one that you from the episodes that you had.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm trying to find something quick. So one of my favorite ones that you had in those episodes, you had the Julian episode, Robots and Ropes. One of my favorite parts from that was the bleeping. I didn't want to put, it was a little bit too graphic for what I feel like we do. So I didn't want to throw it in there just straight, but I think it was funnier bleeps.
Yeah, I will say when I was listening back to it, it did make it a little bit harder to follow,
That's fair.
like what we were talking about.
Well,
Granted,
I didn't want them to know what it was.
that's
the whole
fair
point,
because it is really
so you don't know.
it's gross.
It was pretty gross.
Like it
That
was a
pretty
very
gross.
very gross conversation. I'm gonna just look because I put all my suggestions in the general chat, and I gave like a slight description of what the thing was. So I'm gonna just look back.
They were pretty funny.
Like my favorite one is from episode 30. Timestamp is about roughly 40 minutes. Like these are all rough timestamps. But it's about 40 minutes in, and my only description is Garen's barbecue chips fucking explode.
I almost laughed out loud from that one.
Like, I just think they're so good.
Go through and
Like,
do that this weekend.
yeah, I only have about seven moments here that I was listening to. These were just ones like when I was listening back, because I actually listened to these at work. I put all these in at work.
I noticed that. I saw a snap from you at
I
work.
think I have
And I
yeah.
mine. I had the milk and I was getting the muscle milk and I started spilling it onto the
That doesn't surprise me
Right.
at all.
I lost my train of thought.
Just that you were at work
Yeah, we're
when you listen to these.
Oh yeah, I was at work and I was sitting there and I really only put moments that like when I was listening back, I started laughing again.
Yeah, that's
Because-
for me too.
For me, I know Danny has mentioned this before, but we tend to get what we call podcast brain, is where we'll sit there
back to the Zoom.
and we'll sit there and we're like, we'll do a whole episode like what we're doing right now.
As
And
soon as we hit.
yeah, literally as soon as it ends, we're like, what the fuck did we even talk
Well,
about?
because it's also because we usually, and we didn't do it for this episode because we did a throwback
Mhm.
intro where we did it before we record. We usually do the intro after
Yeah,
and we say, welcome, this is episode
whatever.
69 and we
Nice.
talked about blank. And so every time we do the outro, then there's that second of just hanging out and then we do the intro. And every time in that little second, we're like, what the fuck did we talk about
Yeah,
for the past hour and a half?
yeah. Well, I think it's partially because we'll sit here and we'll talk about so many different things.
That's true. We do jump
Like,
around a lot.
We will jump around from so many different topics, which is one thing. So when I had told my buddy at work, or the guy at work that asked me about it,
Yeah.
or he didn't even ask me about it. I mentioned it to him.
Yeah.
But he was like, okay. He's like, so what is your podcast
I never know
about?
what to say.
I told him, I was like, well, honestly, we jump around like in a single episode, we'll jump around from completely random topics. Some stuff will come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I was like, so the vibe that we like to tell people we kind of give off is like the high school lunch table,
I think that's
which
a
you've
perfect-
mentioned.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's like the perfect descriptor for kind of just like how we go about it, because in reality, that's really just what it is.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
You're right.
I mean, I remember in high school, like, it's exactly that. We just sit and talk about the most random stuff.
Yeah. Like whatever went on that week for us.
Yeah.
That's the big thing we usually.
Yeah,
fall back
whatever.
into.
Yeah,
We don't know what's talking
whatever
about.
goes on during the week, and
Yeah. And I think I used to think that the elevator pitch, like when we would start pitching it to brand or to what's the sponsors. I used to think, and like to create our brand too, that the elevator pitch would be like highlighting people, because that was kind of the main goal at first, was like to bring people on and like talk about their lives and do the whole thing. And it's less that now. We do still have guests on sometimes. We do highlight people. And then I guess the other part of that would be like when we don't have a guest, we just highlight ourselves.
Yeah.
And like our weeks and like the little things in life. But I think that the like lunch table vibe is kind of like the perfect, like, because it really is about nothing. Like, you know,
really, yeah.
like there isn't like, and that's not a bad thing, I don't think. Like we don't have one solid thing where it's like we talk about finance, we talk about politics, and nothing, like it's not like one set thing. It's just us hanging out, and you get like the most real us you can get, I think, from that. So I don't know. I think it's like a good. What would you say your elevator pitch would be to like a?
No, I would agree. Yeah, we talk about like that one episode. We even talked about like ghosts sinking to the center of the earth, absorbing the energy of the earth.
Which is just like
Just a big like I don't know.
well, the thing is to get to that point of talking about that bullshit. There was so many things leading up. Like, you know, we like jump from thing to thing to thing to like delve too far into ghosts to be at that point.
Yeah, you're talking about what if like it took a lot of energy to push a lamp,
Right.
and then it came to like getting stuck inside the sun.
Yeah. So like we do devolve in conversation, but it's like you follow us through that process. And I think that's really fun too. So I don't know. I guess I don't know what I'm saying.
No, that's a good.
Yeah. It's
That's
definitely
the best. I love what they.
yeah. And people have told me like when they've been listening, like people that have just started. I know Greg, he wants to come on soon. So we're definitely gonna have you on, Greg, by the way. But when like people tell me like, hey, I started listening, and it reminds me of when we would sit at lunch and talk, or like it reminds me of high school, like when we would all hang out. And it like makes me feel good because that is like it's a nice energy to create for like the listener.
Yeah. Well, and also like when we do have guests on, like, yeah, we do kind of interview them a little bit because, you know, we want to have people come on and give them that time to talk, because
Yeah, that's why
what would be the point of them coming on if we just,
did our own thing.
yeah, like I feel it'd be, because we've been doing this for a whole year now.
50 episodes.
Yeah, 50 episodes. So we already have like our stride between us, like between the three of us. So we're all pretty used to each other, pretty used to how we do things, how we talk. And so someone new coming on, you know, granted, even if they are just our friend, like it's still kind of awkward when we, you know, go to like kind of interview them about stuff.
That was
but-
definitely a thing that Billy mentioned during that episode, which was like kind of a meta. Like we got
Yeah,
more of like how the
yeah.
sausage is made and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
But yeah, I don't know. The only real guest, the last guest we had on was Derek, right? We haven't had a guest on.
It's been a while. Well, it was part of it was that like I usually end up like booking and scheduling and stuff, and I was like just had a lot going on and like actually a lot of shit. So like it did slow down, but also like episodes 2 and 3 and 4 were 3 different guests.
Yeah.
And then it got into like We Tried in 5 was our first one where we did this, where we just fuck around. Right. And we fucking loved it. But then we also wanted to interview. So like here and there we've had people. Right. But I think you're right. Derek is definitely the last one.
Yeah, not to say that Derek, you were a great guest.
He was very good too at like carrying the conversation without us even giving him shit.
Yeah.
Which I loved.
Yeah.
It was so easy.
Definitely a good vibe with Derek.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, no hate to anyone that came on in the very, like when we first started, because obviously we were still getting our, excuse me, we were still getting like, yeah, we were still trying to stand up. We were trying to take our first steps. So along with us trying to figure out what we were even doing, we then had our guests just there going along with it.
Right. Yeah.
And doing whatever.
Because and then after one episode, we have no clue what we're doing.
Right.
So then Trey was like, I remember even we introed and I said, oh shit, I wasn't recording. And we had to redo our intro for Trey. He had to suffer through us like being the most virgin podcast ever.
What was that, episode 2?
Yeah, episode 2. Which, by the way, I still love that episode.
It's good.
It's
the early stuff isn't bad. It's just it's different.
It was very obvious that we had never done anything like this before.
Yeah, very primitive. That's probably the best way to describe it.
I think personally, I feel like even still, sometimes we kind of are getting our footing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which happens from time to time, but it is what it is. I feel like now, more or less, we have like our general, I don't want to say like schedule, but we have like a general format.
Yeah. And we also like, we know how to bounce off of each other a lot better now because it's been so many. And yeah, I mean, you're right though. Like there is times where we do falter and like, we don't know how, like if someone's been gone for a week or, you know, it was just a bad week. There's times where you can kind of tell that's happening, but we still get there in the end.
Right. Yeah. It's been good though. It's been fun.
It's been so much fucking fun.
Yeah. Plus, it's just kind of one thing, you know, you can look forward to.
It's
just like, you know, we can just come here at the end of the week and just talk about shit, fuck around, not worry about anything, you know.
But also, I do like when we get vulnerable. Yeah. Not to be like, you know, I'm not trying to say get more vulnerable to you two. I'm just saying like, and it's also been validating to other people to hear us talk about our struggles.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Well, because my sister even said, I've talked about this in an episode previous, like a while back. There was episode like 8 or 9 was like when I talked about how my first panic attacks were. Yeah. And like that whole struggle to find where, you know, living in a new mindset. Yeah. And like, it really is when you have your first panic attack, it's like, your worldview kind of shifts in a way. Yeah. And like it's like nothing's the same. Yeah. And so like to me talking about that whole journey of me getting to where I was in episode 9, and now it's even so different in episode 50. But she said that me talking about that was exactly how she felt going through it the first time and like learning how to live again with all that stuff.
I will say it is weird kind of doing that because like in the moment, it definitely just feels like it's just us talking, right. But then like, then you go and listen back to it and it's literally out there for anyone to listen to. So literally like me just trauma dumping on the podcast. Yeah. Like anyone can go listen to that and just understand my mindset at that time.
Do you regret any of the trauma dumps?
I mean, to be fair, I don't even remember really how I phrased most of them.
That's fair.
Because I feel like now I've come to a different understanding and a better understanding of my thoughts and feelings on a bunch of the stuff I've probably mentioned on here. Yeah. But like even with just like our intro episode, we called it episode 0. And it's just like a 30 something minute episode. Yeah. Just us kind of telling like a little bit of our life stories.
But that one we didn't get into deep shit. It was episode 1 that we really dove.
Yeah, episode 1 we did kind of just start right with the shit.
And the reason though, if you haven't listened to it, I don't know how you got to 50 if you didn't listen to 1. But like the reason I wanted to do that was because I felt like it's unfair of me to bring someone on and ask them to potentially be vulnerable with us if we aren't willing to do the same.
No, for sure.
But
Well, even with I remember when we had Hannah on there, and I know she wanted to talk about
hockey,
yeah, like sexism with specifically like sexism with hockey.
Yeah.
As far as I remember,
that was pretty much it. I mean, the episode's called
but
his
just-
talk, his head hockey.
Right. yeah. But I just remember like just talking about that. I remember before recording that episode, just kind of thinking like, I don't want to poke and prod at her too much, but at the same time, it's like I do want to know
Mm-hmm.
because if she went and listened to the first episode, now she knows my whole life story,
That's
and
true.
I've like barely even talked to her.
Yeah.
So, like, it's one thing for me because I don't know. I still struggle on when I feel like it's okay to ask because I don't want to poke and prod at someone and make them uncomfortable. And obviously, I don't need to know, stuff that I don't need to know.
I mean, that's fair.
Like if someone's uncomfortable talking about it, then they are. I'm not going to push any further,
Mm-hmm.
especially if someone tells me. Like, I'll just be like, "Oh, I'm
Well, I
sorry."
think that's a fine balance to have. Like, because for me, sometimes people have like just said something that's like slightly alarming to me, and then I
Yeah.
go like, "Do you want to unpack that?" That's usually my go-to phrase, which sounds fucking dumb, but I usually say like, "You gonna unpack that at all?" Or like, "You're good," and then they usually like will say like, "No, it's fine," or like, they'll actually sit there and unpack it.
So I actually,
That's how I usually go about it.
one thing. So part of the reason that I've been pretty optimistic about Nicole, which I asked her, she said it's okay that I mention her by name.
Okay.
First name. I'll only mention her first name.
No, dox her where she lives.
Well, I kind of already did, but
It was just not really. I mean, I've doxed myself way harder.
yeah, fair.
I've described my apartment.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with me?
But no, so yeah, I like a lot of what makes me look forward to just doing stuff with Nicole is like she'll talk to me about that stuff but she doesn't like let it go, like sometimes I'm just like I'll be sitting there and I'll just say something and she's like, what do you mean by that? And she'll sit there and she'll talk to me about it, and she's never overbearing about it. She's never like, she's never like, tell me, but
Well,
like,
from what I understand is like it comes from a place of like I want to understand.
yeah,
Like I want to help you.
yeah.
I mean, like that's what it sounds like where she's coming from.
Well, I've talked to her about a lot of her stuff too, which is good. And I'm glad that she's comfortable talking that stuff about me, talking that stuff with me.
Right. Or about you.
Yeah, or about me. My point in saying that is just for me personally, I like to have those conversations with Nicole, you guys, or anyone I feel like I'm friends with, just because I feel like it'll strengthen our friendship and, kind of grow that bond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I get it.
Well, because like one of the things I value most is like time.
Mhm.
Like if somebody chooses to spend their time with me, I value that a lot, because it's like, damn, you could be doing anything else in the entire world right now, but you're choosing to spend your time with me. So like I value that. I recognize that.
It's perfectly like valid. Yeah. To kind of circle it back a little bit. No, I'm not saying. And did you have more there? Okay, I want to make sure I wasn't cutting you off. But the reason I asked if you regretted any of the trauma, that was just I don't.
Yeah.
I actually thought about it a lot. Because I mean, if you haven't listened to episode 1, it's a doozy.
We kind of go in.
We do. We got deeper than I thought I would get. With my like life and my experiences, my trauma and all that shit. And I don't regret any of it really. Like I've thought about it a few different times. Definitely like when I was going back listening to the episodes, I listened to episode 1 because I gave myself the first 15. And so episode 1 was rough to get through because awkward as shit.
Mhm.
The intro was like weird. And then I just like basically dove straight in and talked about like, my childhood and how my mom was as a kid, all that kind of shit. And it was like tough to listen to for me, mostly just because I hate listening to myself talk.
Yeah.
But also just because like it's heavy shit. But I don't know. I don't feel like it was like cringe or like, you know, like I shouldn't have mentioned anything like that. Like it was just what has happened to me and how I got to how I am now. And I don't think there's anything wrong with any of that. And the same with like your stuff. Like it was just how you've grown into the person you are today.
Yeah. I even feel like, I don't, not to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
I do feel like I'm different than I was a year ago when we started.
Oh, me
this.
too. Absolutely.
But I don't know. Like for me, it's hard to judge myself on that.
That's true. Cause you've, it's like frog in the boiling water type stuff. Like you've been through every step. So it's gradual. Sometimes every now and again, there's like a big step you take,
Yeah.
but you do go through every single step in the process to get to now. So
Right.
you don't see it as drastic as A and B.
Well, and so there was one thing that kind of caught my eye. This was a while ago, actually, now. But I remember I was at a party with some friends and we were all just hanging out, having a good time. This would have probably been a few months ago. But yeah, we were all just at a party and someone came in and said hi to me, and I hadn't talked to them since like high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember exactly how it was mentioned, but another one of my friends who was there, you know, having a conversation with us was like, oh yeah, this is a completely different Garen than the one you knew from high school.
Damn. And then you realize
And I was-
it is.
Well, I was sitting there kind of halfway thinking like, am I really that different?
Right.
Or
got a beard. He's a different.
yeah, like,
He's got a giant
is it
cock
just a
now.
beard, the ear piercing? Like, what is it? Like,
Yeah.
because to me, like exactly what you're saying, that's been so gradual.
Right.
I don't realize it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was meant to be a positive thing. Like,
Right. Yeah.
she meant it as a compliment.
Yeah. Cause like you grow so much is what she
Right.
basically said.
Sort of, yeah. And I took it as a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just sitting there thinking about it. I was like, I didn't think I'd really changed all that much. I guess I just don't care as much. And I guess that in itself has, you know, just I have noticed that it has changed the way I act a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. Like I'm a lot more social. Like I just don't care. Like,
Yeah. I'm trying to like think of my perception of you through the years, but it's also different because like I've seen a gradual growth, you know what I mean? Not as like step by step, but I've like noticed it less. Not to say like you haven't grown, you know what I mean? I'm just saying like I have been with you through a lot of it.
yeah.
So it's a lot of the same shit where I've seen.
No, yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go plug in my phone real quick.
Yeah, go for it. 10%.
No, it's at like 40, but
It's fine. I meant to ask Jacob. You haven't trauma dumps on here at all.
I don't blame it.
No, I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying it was interesting to listen to episode 1 and me and Garen's go-tos was here's why I'm fucked up. And your go-to was here's the funny shit that has happened in the past.
Yeah.
And I just think that it does show your character a lot. Don't do that, you bitch. That was balls. But it does speak to like who you are as a person to listen to that episode 1. Because we went deep and dark and sad. And then you brought it back to a fun place. And I think that does like show who you
Middle
are.
school flooding or whatever.
Yeah, like it was like you went through like pretty much all of the grades that you know, all that shit. Like grade 1, like it was this and that, and like here's another funny thing: we found a gun one year, and I totally forgot about.
He brought him right to the teacher.
Yeah, Jesus Christ!
And she's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, why'd you bring that?
Yeah, so like it's just insane to like see that contrast in that episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just absolutely crazy. And then there was like a couple different times that like, you know, we talked about our anxieties, like how we got from.
I still, dude, even just last week, I was like having an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, like over like just this past week, it started at work, and I was just kind of like, well, funny enough, I actually called Nicole,
Yeah.
and I was talking to her, and we were just talking while I was working. Which, when I'm at work, I am in a different mode.
Me too.
Like my brain just works different because I am like hyper focused on my work because I could hurt myself.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that.
And also you want to build the building good. So
Right. And I want my work to be good. So while I'm also trying to do good work and focus on my work, I'm in the midst of having a panic attack.
that is tough as shit. I've had that shit too, man. It's hard.
Yeah. So like I'm sitting there working. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm sitting there. So I was cutting in ceiling tile.
Okay.
Which it's just acoustic drop ceiling, so the tile you literally just drop it right in. Okay. So I'm sitting there cutting them. I'm like, man, I don't fucking know. Like I'm sitting there
to yourself or to Nicole?
Talking to Nicole.
Oh, okay. We're trying to explain what you were thinking.
Right. She would ask me like, well, what do you think is going on in your head? I'm like I don't know. And then I fucked up a tile, which made it so much worse. Oh, it made it infinitely worse.
Yeah, one fuck up spins doing a spiral.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, and I picked it up and I was on top of my scaffold and I just fucking threw it.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, that felt so good.
Yeah, sometimes that's what you got to do.
Yeah, I was like,
the thing is, like I want to say every fucking Phoebe's losing her mind down there. Shut up. We'll get you something. For me, like almost every panic attack is different, like, and like not so drastically, but like, I remember listening to that episode 9, like talking about this too. Like, sometimes the coping things that you used before aren't working as effectively now. Mm-hmm. And so it's like finding new things and like new approaches or different ways to deal with it. So like sometimes it's like throwing that scaffolding makes you feel great. Sometimes throwing the scaffolding, you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't have thrown it. And then and then you get panic.
Yeah, I threw the tile and I was just like, oh, no, you're good. I threw that tile and I was just like, like I felt so good after. Yeah. But I will say, it's funny that you mentioned that because there was one moment where, so I've mentioned before, I love playing my guitar. Like I play it all the time, but I used to have I have that story. I still actually have it, but I never post on it anymore.
You should, man.
I'll tell you why I don't here in a second. And so
I forgot about that. I haven't seen it.
So I used to post on that just because like it was something that I would look back on and be like, oh, well, I actually am making progress.
Yeah.
But I was at a party one time and we were playing Jackbox games.
Nice.
And there was one, like, it was the one where you had to like make a caption for a picture that the game gave you.
It's like something internet.
Something like that, I think. But somebody was like, in this particular moment, someone had made a joke about it and like was just poking fun, which I know he didn't.
Joke about what?
Like me playing my guitar.
Okay, gotcha.
And obviously he was like making fun of me a little bit, and I knew it was all like good-hearted fun, so I don't hold it against him. If you ever listen to this, you know who you are.
No, fuck you.
No, because he's a really cool dude, and but in that moment, I was just kind of like, damn, like, that kind of sucks. Like, I kind of don't want to play my guitar anymore.
Oh, shit. Is that why you stopped?
That's why I stopped posting it for a long time, yeah.
Man, I started up again. I kind of want to get a guitar.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
we can go to Woodsy's right now.
I'm waiting to like move out and get like a better place, but I like actually want to buy one.
I think you should be good at it.
If you get one, I will say learning on electric is way easier. The strings are a lot softer. It is more expensive though.
Watching you and there's another guy I work with.
Yeah.
Who he doesn't play guitar. He plays bass. It's something else.
It's like a lute or a mandolin.
It's not even a guitar. It's like a smaller. I think it's but like they play so long. It's like I want to do that one time. Like I sit down with my pants every day.
I will say it is so relaxing, especially once you get familiar with chords. Like all you really like, if you can get a few chords to put together that you think sounds good, dude, it is so relaxing just to sit there and play and fuck around with it. There's literally been nights where I'll sit there with my guitar and I'll fall asleep playing.
Shit, dude.
I'll just lay there and just like. Literally on like a futon. Well, I mean, like I'll lay down on my couch.
Yeah. And
I'll just sit there and I'll play, or I'll be sitting in my recliner and I'll just be rocking back and forth, just playing something. and then I'll fucking knock out and I'll wake up in the morning. I'm still holding it.
Yeah, I want to do a challenge where I play guitar an hour a day for like a year.
Absolutely. You should
And document. Right now I'm doing like a photo a day for a year.
That's also fun.
I'm at a half a year right now, which is pretty cool. But
Hell yeah.
Damn. That's
Um,
exciting, man.
yeah, I want to do that. And like compare, because they say it takes like 10,000 hours to become a master at something.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple years of like playing an hour a day, or maybe 2 hours even.
Yeah.
You can get like really freaking good.
That'd be really
Yeah.
exciting.
I mean, that's what I do most
We
days.
could all get.
Most days I'll go home. Like, so I just bought a new amp for my electric guitar.
Right, I remember you showing that.
Which, dude, it's so badass. I love that thing.
It's so
It's dog. It's fucking shit. No, I got it and I'm so happy with it. I love playing on it. But yeah, I'll go home pretty much every day and I'll sit there. I'll sit there and I'll play for like not even an hour. I'll play for like half an hour. Danny's just so everybody knows. Danny's twerking behind the camera.
That's enough.
But no, like I will say, like you 100% should. It is so relaxing and just learning. Like you can learn a couple songs that are super easy to play. It's awesome, man. It's, yeah,
The fire
just let
the most
the fire and the flames. That's so good. I will say, there's one YouTuber I watch, The Do. Do you know?
I don't know any YouTubers. I haven't looked into it too much yet.
That's fair. So The Do does like a lot of gaming content, but he also plays guitar. And he does he'll do Omegle videos where he'll go on.
Oh, he'll play it.
Mhm.
I might have seen him. Oh,
He's done like he'll go on there and he'll act like a beginner. And he'll be like, "Oh, I can try and play this," and then he'll do some like really super mega simple
Insane.
version, and then he'll be like, "Oh, okay, I think I got it now," and then he'll actually like just go fucking ham. And it honestly, it's inspiring to me to play guitar more, just because I'm like, damn, that'd be cool as fuck.
how much are guitars? Like 200, aren't they?
Depends.
I think I looked into like beginners like 200 to 300.
Yeah,
And like mid tiers like 600, 800 maybe.
yeah,
And then mega guys like 10,000.
yeah. I mean, you can find a guitar for any price, really. Pretty much acoustics are generally going to be the same. A lot of what changes the price is just the general quality of the make of it, like the body of the guitar, the actual strings that come standard on it. Which I actually have some nylon strings for my electric guitar that I haven't put on it yet. And I don't really plan to, because my electric guitar is like a beginner guitar. So I was probably going to wait until I can like, what I've always heard is if you can make a dog shit guitar sound good, then you can make anything sound good.
That makes sense.
Like,
I guess.
yeah, like if you can make a beginner guitar sound good, then you're ready to go to the next, like you're ready for a whammy bar or whatever, like all the other cool techno shit, like pedals and all that stuff.
You guys gotta see Julian go at it. That guy,
Yeah,
he's got the ear for it. And he's also been on guitar for a long ass time.
yeah. He said he's played since he was like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I guess. I don't remember what he said in the episode.
Yeah,
Probably said that.
something like that.
I mean, that sounds about right. Yeah, he's great. I've been over when he's just like fucking around on it, and it sounds fantastic. Yeah, I'm really excited for like his music career.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually thinking about moving to Nashville for like at least a year, because he was there for the internship this past like last summer.
Okay.
And then now he's thinking this summer he's gonna move back.
Down south.
Yeah,
It's super nice. Just
being around.
I was in Georgia and South Carolina.
I want to move like
And it's like, yeah, just like being. It's I don't know. The heat is like really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice feel. But yeah.
I guess
as long as you're not bringing her back like every day.
Jacob burns easy.
I showed you the photo. My whole back.
Yeah, that's rough, dude.
Like there's just so much to do down there. Like this feels good. You got the palm trees and stuff.
Mm,
Like just seeing those trees is like something else.
yeah. I was thinking like I want to move like middle of the US, like
Central America,
well, yeah, just like where there's like not a lot of shit.
Mexico, South.
I mean, yeah, that's not what I meant, but you know what I mean, like middle of like the US, east to west, and then where there's like not like a ton of shit, and just like be me. I guess I don't know. That sounds fucking dumb, but like I don't know. I don't like small town vibes. I don't really love city. I don't think New York would ever be for me.
No, do not.
Well,
You
yeah.
want to see people pooping in the sewer?
No. Well, my fucking Matt and
People
Chayton.
shooting up, and like people don't think anything. So, oh, there's another one.
Yeah,
That's
fucking
horrible.
Matt and Chayton. If you ever listen to this, what the fuck are you thinking? They want to move to New York and like soon. And I'm like, don't.
Perks but like I don't think
Right, like I don't know. Unless you want to like do Broadway shows or something. Like, you know what I mean?
My
Like, I
dad
don't
said it felt like you're like inside the whole time. You go outside, and there's like a very small strip of
right.
because of how big everything.
It's just jam fucking packed.
It's not like Columbus.
And you don't
It's
see
just-
fucking Spider-Man swinging around, so what's the point? No, but seriously, I don't think that'd ever be for me. Like packed city like that, like LA, where it's just constant like
It's
traffic.
faster to get around on a car or on foot than a car.
Yeah.
The car's like, mate, like
Yeah,
people jam. Oh, it's
yeah,
worse.
fuck that. It's terrible.
I want to move in the country.
I think I
My
do.
cousins live in the country. They have horses and everything. It's like, I want land like that. That's incredible.
Yeah, I want to experience like you know those state like flyover states like that for like at least a little bit just to know if that's what I want because that seems like what I want. So I think if I wouldn't experience that at some point, I would regret it later. You know?
Even moving to Pennsylvania is like a really cool thing.
Yeah.
Like it's not that far, but like you're
does
moving into
change.
the mountain range. It's like so much different.
Yeah.
Like the towns are older too, so it's like older brick towns.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of rivers too, and bridges. It's just it's not the same as Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohio's like when it starts to get flat and wet. Like I mean, even like Indiana, like you heard like when do you hear anything about Indiana?
Never.
Like there's nothing.
Unless the train derails there, we're not gonna hear about it ever.
There's nothing, and we're right next to it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it's just kind of bland.
Well, the same with like Virginia, West Virginia.
West Virginia's pretty nice, though, I will say.
But what I'm saying is
Mountain
you don't hear shit about it.
That's a good, yeah, that's fair enough. I don't know. I like the mountain ranges better.
Someone asked me recently if I consider Ohio the Midwest, and I was like, yes, because it's what they call it. I don't know. Like,
It's the start of it.
I guess. I mean, it's
Wait,
definitely not
West?
East Coast. Well,
It's not East Coast.
well, I think of it as like
It's like that.
on the world map. It's like Midwest, though. You know what I mean? Like with the fucking what is it, Europe centric maps, like the basic one you look at. That's how I think it's supposed to be described.
Flat Earth.
Flat Earth, I don't know. Fucking hell. There was a bit in one of the old episodes we were talking about fucking Earth. How like the map is like if you take Africa and put it where it's scaled correctly, it's like fucking huge.
Oh, Greenland looks like it's the size of like Africa.
Right,
But
but
in reality, it's like it's like
yeah.
smaller than Texas.
Well, because I think you even said that
I was-
you can't take a sphere and put it flat with it being accurate. So you have to scale.
Like yeah, yes. Vsauce was talking about it was a website where you can move countries around, and the whole thing gets distorted.
Yeah.
As it goes towards the top. I mean, look at Antarctica. It's like that's bigger than everything. In
Yeah.
reality, it's just a little.
Right. It's
Ice.
like on the very
Yeah.
top of the thing. So it's like just this little, not a little circle, but you know what I mean?
A rough circle. Yeah.
Right. It's like it's up there and it's not. It's like on a fucking pole. It's not actually over ever.
Plus, you gotta take the Earth's bulge.
Antarctica south.
Huh?
Is it Antarctica? I just said one of the poles, right? I don't know.
I think you said top by accident. But
Fucking whatever. I don't know geography. I'm not
remember, there's no
listen, bitch.
there's no up in cities.
I'm not. Don't kiss my nipple. I'm not pretending to know geography.
They did a horrible job with geography in school for us.
I don't know shit.
All we learned was the U.S. for me. They didn't teach us here.
The US, like it was here. I don't know shit.
What's the capital?
I don't fucking know.
You don't know the
I'm
capital
kidding. Of Ohio?
of the United States.
What the hell is he?
What's the capital of Ohio?
Columbus. I didn't think about it for a second. I forgot the name of Columbus for a second because I don't live there anymore.
What's the capital?
Don't ask me. I'm not gonna know.
What was the United States created?
Mississippi, Minnesota. I'm just guessing.
Is it actually?
I don't fucking
Wait, so
Oh, go to
Mississippi?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Go to Minnesota. Go to the Stop and Go light. Play some
Listen,
ice hockey.
All I know is that
like
we live in Ohio.
We live
Minnesota's
in a society.
Okay, we're just evolving.
I'm like a dog chasing cars.
Stop it. We need to.
When was the United States created?
What do you mean, Batman?
Oh, it's 180. There you go. Actually, 1A US after US. 1A US 80.
When-
What? Do more Joker impressions.
When girls kiss each other. Society bats an eye. But when I kiss the homies one time, society calls me gay.
That's actually a good point. I mean, if you think about it,
I just
think
like that meme. I think it's funny.
it is funny. I think we've devolved enough. I think we're at.
You might have to
Are we at time?
Mississippi's
We're way past this. As far as is it
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know Mississippi.
Minneapolis, Minnesota? Is that the place?
Minnesota's the state.
What'd I say?
You said the capital of Mississippi's Minnesota.
Shit. What?
I just want to say that.
I just took two M's and I just knew. What's who cares? Listen. I embarrass myself all the time on the internet. This is no different. All right. I think we should end the episode with one more shot.
And
Okay,
wait, with one more.
One more
I'll
shot.
do another shot.
How you feeling?
Tired.
Oh, come on. That's why you gotta get fucked up. So you don't feel it.
I can sleep even more.
I am tired too, but I'll do another shot.
We all went to my place watching Star Wars and making fun of Gareth. I was like,
Dead tired. Yeah. All
I was
right.
like, we should probably get Gareth.
I'll do one
I'll
shot.
Let's do a shot.
Do you want to do a shot? You don't have.
I'll do the peanut butter one.
All right, let's do. Give away peanut butter whiskey. You want to make them, Jacob? Since you're already up.
Not really.
Well, that's not where the bathroom is.
Oh, well, I was gonna pee on.
Okay.
What?
Here,
Or what? Let's all get up.
Here. All right, we'll be right back, listeners.
Here, I'll entertain it.
No, what you're gonna do is you're gonna lean into the mic and whisper in your Joker impression.
I'm not gonna do it in my joke.
All right, fine. Do your thing.
Hey everybody, it's just me now. They're over there laughing, being stupid, and I'm sitting here entertaining you all. It's very rare that I get a little segment to myself. So I just want to thank everyone for listening. I know I've mentioned this to a few people, and I know I'm quite an idiot on the podcast, but I appreciate everyone listening. It's fine. Here comes Danny again. All right, balls.
Bitch.
I was actually doing a serious thing there.
What were you
so
saying?
I was just thanking everyone for listening.
It is insane that people listen to this.
We have like 58 monthly listeners or something.
It's not 58.
I think. Is it not?
It is not.
I think it's at 3.
It's not 3. It's
Oh,
not.
dead ass.
Okay, maybe 4.
I thought we had. Oh, never mind.
Do you want a chaser? You should.
What is it?
I don't need a
I
date.
guess water. I don't think. No.
Well,
Right.
here, let's think it.
Do you,
think
do
it.
you like coffee?
No, he doesn't. Who cares?
Oh.
It's fine. You're gonna.
Wait, is that what this is?
No, it just tastes kind of like it. Hey, this is a coffee shop. No, it's just do. All right, everyone. We're gonna dink it, sink it, and then we're gonna wrap up. Is that cool with everyone?
Do this.
Cool. Dink it, slam it, slam it. Woo! Drink some of this. Dude, it tastes like water. It's all ice, I promise. Thank you. Jacob's dying. I suck at taking shots.
He said thank you.
He said no, and then he said thank you.
So I see.
Take a little bit.
No, I did not want that one.
Oh wow. Anyway, this is insane. This is our first.
That was like 2.5.
Yeah, we did a long time. I didn't want to stop it.
Year one. That's good.
Oh damn.
But yeah, we've been going for a long time. But anyway,
Time we're doing
it's true. I am kind of hungry. I'm a little bit saucy.
chicken fingers.
Do not
Chicken
fucking order.
bastard.
This motherfucker eats chicken tenders at every restaurant I've ever
I
seen.
will eat it. Chicken fingers.
Anyway,
I'm hungry for some chicken.
do not eat chicken tenders. At
Oh,
every
that's
restaurant.
good.
I don't think they even have them.
Okay, chicken tenders on sweet.
All right. Anyway, listen. Thank you so much for listening, watching, whatever the fuck you're doing. You can give us 5 stars if you liked it on whatever platform you're listening on. You can tell a friend. That helps us grow every time. Or if you specifically, if you're someone from high school and you know someone else from high school, give those lunch table vibes, pass them along, you know? We have new socials, like I said a couple of times, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. We have a new email. We're going to keep the old email too, because it has the YouTube. So we have 2 emails now. Yeah, you can email us on either of those to say like, hey, I want to be a guest, or hey, I like this, or here's a suggestion. You guys suck at this, whatever the fuck.
Suck ball.
You guys suck shit. Thank you for sticking with us for 1 fucking year. If you've been day 1, holy shit. That's insane. Yeah, thank you so much. Let us know who you are if you've been listening for like a long time, or even if you're new.
Belgium friends.
Yeah, dude, the fucking Belgium one is still going strong. It has to be a VPN. There's no way. But either way, whoever you are.
Just project.
But anyway, thank you so much. It's been insane. It's been a long, crazy ride. Thank you for sticking it out. And here's to another year, bitches. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
Goodbye.